Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Bancroft Memorial Park for more live baseball action from the one and only Memorial Park, this hallowed ground right here in North Iowa. We're hosting another Minnesota team in the Waseca Braves today as they come to town to take on those guys. Entering today's contest, an overall record of 5-1. It was a great day of baseball yesterday in our triangular series. Those guys hosting Baseball 365 as well as Montrose Waverly Stingers. Those guys taking both of their contests by a final of 5-3 over 365 and a final of 8-2 over the Stingers of Montrose Waverly 365, defeating the Stingers 16-0 in the first of those games. While on tap, we got two 7-inning contests for you today, just a doubleheader. Just about to start here. As you can see, the coaches talk with the umpires at home plate. We'll be ready to get things rolling sooner than later, so stick around. We got ourselves a beautiful day of baseball, but we might not be seeing a lot of long balls today. As you can probably tell, that wind just continues to pick up out of center field. We got ourselves another windy day here. But still, apart from that, a beautiful day for baseball. Let's go ahead and meet the starting lineups for the visiting Braves, coming to us from Waseca, Minnesota. Leading things off at shortstop, number 22, Cody Olfers. Batting second, the pitcher, also hitting for himself, number 19, Kelvin Nelson. Batting third at third base, number 17, Sheldon Gant. The cleanup batter behind the dish, catching, number 18, Rob Meidel. The number 5 hitter and center fielder, wearing number 11, Hunter Frericks. Batting sixth in right field, number 23, Kyle Woff. Batting seventh in left field, number 21, Alex Feeney. The number 8 hitter for Waseca, and wearing number 14 at first base, Cam Madsen. Rounding out the lineup for Waseca at second base, wearing number 4, Uriah Posson. Most of the team here for Waseca, actually from Waseca, Minnesota. Also see a couple out of Albert Lee and a few from Mankato. And for the starting lineups for those guys, led by head coach Michael Kieran, assisted by Peter Sartorius. That duo coming to us from Bismarck State College in Bismarck, North Dakota. Leading things off at second base out of Akron University, Brad Goulet. Batting second in right field, Tainan Shaheed out of Parkland Community College. Batting third at third base, Brendan Doherty out of Bradley University. Batting cleanup and in left field out of Moorhead State, Arthur Sells. Batting fifth, the designated hitter in game one today, Will Sturrock out of Nyack. Batting sixth in center field out of Harding, Chris Witzke. Batting seventh, the first baseman out of DMAC and Davenport U, Carter Tronson. Batting eighth and doing the catching today, Connor Lang out of Briar Cliff. And rounding out the lineup with our Xavier shortstop, Sam Olsen. And on the mound pitching for those guys today, another new arm out of Buena Vista University in Storm Lake, Iowa, Nick Henricks. He was also a member of last year's roster for the Storm Lake Whitecaps, one of their top arms. Very happy to have him aboard here for the boys in blue. In the field now, those guys, the home team, Waseca coming to bat wearing the white vests with the navy blue trim. It's a little bit easier to judge today. Those guys in the brand new blue jerseys. I want to thank UPS for pulling through for us this week. And we are just about set here as Henricks continues to warm up. It'll be very exciting to see what he has in store for us. So again, it's pitcher's conditions here today. That wind blowing very heavily in and around 20 to 30 miles per hour straight in from center field. Throw down to second. We are just about underway here from Bancroft Memorial Park. First pitch from Hendricks, and it is just off the corner, and that's ball one. We are underway here from Bancroft. Again, 20 to 30 mile per hour winds straight from center field, and we got 80 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. Great day for baseball once again. Henricks this time hits it by the leadoff man, Olfers, and right at Doherty at third base. able to knock it down, a very hard hit ball. But Doherty makes a great play on it and delivers a strike to Tronson at first for out number 1. On a 1-0 count, Olfers grounds out to third. Still found good wood nonetheless. We got Kelvin Nelson, another left-handed hitter now, trying to get things started for Waseca. With one away here, nobody on base. First pitch just a little bit high there from Henricks. Tried to deliver a fastball, and once again showing a drag bunt is the pitcher Nelson, hitting for himself today. As Henricks resets from the stretch, nobody on. And from the belt, tries to show the off-speed there, and it's still riding a little high for ball 2. 2-0 count now. Henricks from the belt. Paints the corner there. Henricks trying to get back to even here. 2 balls to 1 strike to the batter Nelson. 2 lefties leading things off for Waseca, and that time he blows the fastball past him. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So he will get back to even 2-2 here. Infield not giving much depth, but not much with that heavy wind at their backs. Infield playing back a little bit, though. These guys might be trying to swing through the ball a little bit more, and Henricks' 5th pitch of the at-bat, going to miss low and outside for ball 3. Still scoreless here in the top of the first inning, just getting underway here from Bancroft a little bit earlier than our anticipated first pitch time of 2:30. We got a full count now. Henricks delivers a fastball, gets him chasing upstairs and missing for strike 3. And that's out number 2, as well as Nick Henricks' first strikeout for the boys in blue this summer. So we're still very happy to have these Minnesota teams coming down just south of the border, as their season's still a little bit in jeopardy. Now having exhibition games, but it's only if the towns allow it. So Waseca, that's just not the case. And we're happy they can make the trip down here to Bancroft, Iowa this weekend. 1-0 pitch now. Missing high once again for ball 2. So Henricks so far getting a little behind in the counts, throwing first pitch balls in the past 2 at-bats, but he's done a good job battling back. Here's the 2-0. Taken high, that's ball 3. He starts off the batter, third baseman number 17, Sheldon Gant. 3-0 in the count. He's trying to get something going for the Braves here in the top of the first. 2 outs, nobody on. Henricks kicks and fires. Fastball, and you betcha, strike 1. So 3-1, still a hitter's count here. Gant can be picky, but he's got to be looking for 1 pitch to drive. But where to, with the wind killing just about anything hitting the air today, we can assume. That pitch paints the corner from Henricks as he battles back after a 3-0 count, getting full. 3-2. Base hit, ball 4 now for Gant. Henricks from the stretch, and this one. And holds on. It looks like he was covering the plate, and they're going to call strike 3. That is a called third strike. Gant might have leaned into it a little bit. Not sure if it tagged him, but nonetheless, not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes. And that is out number 3 as Henricks strikes out 2 and retires the side 1-2-3 in his Bancroft debut for those guys. So a good inning of work there for Henricks. And let's hope the offense can put together the same productivity as they showed yesterday. Saw great days at the plate for Arthur Sells, getting just a handful of hits. Tainan Shaheed also saw some good things from him. Chris Witzke got a couple of base hits. Let's go down this batting order once again for those guys. Leading off, Brad Goulet, batting second. Tainan Shaheed, batting third. Brendan Doherty, batting fourth. Arthur Sells, batting fifth. Will Sturrock, batting sixth. Chris Witzke, batting seventh. Carter Tronson, batting eighth. Connor Lang, and batting ninth, Sam Olsen. Sturrock, the designated hitter, batting for the pitcher, Nick Henricks. So again, we got a lefty here. It's to be a pretty good delivery, and that is Kelvin Nelson. Went down swinging in the top of the first. He's going to look for a little redemption here. Try to delay those guys from getting on the bat so early. But again, those guys really got things going offensively last week in game number 2 against Blue Earth, putting up 12 runs, highlighted by a 3 RBI double from Aaron Mason and a 3-1 home run from Arthur Sells, who from that day forth has been just phenomenal for us, especially yesterday. And we'll see if Brad Goulet can get things going again. The second baseman out of Akron University wore a couple pitches yesterday, got on by some walks as well, and a couple of hard hit balls for outs. He still had a tremendous day at the plate last weekend. Let's see if he can get things rolling here to lead things off in the bottom of the first for those guys in blue. Goulet steps in. We wait the first pitch from the pitcher, Kelvin Nelson. And it's taken in the dirt for ball one. For Goulet's first at-bat of the day, 313 hitter out of Akron, 7 home runs, 35 stolen bases a year ago. 1-0 delivery to Goulet, taken just slightly below the knees. Ball 2 and Goulet. 2-0 again. You can really just swing away, put a big swing on a ball here with a hitter's count. With the wind just being relentless today. Where do you hit it? Nonetheless, Goulet takes the 2-0 pitch low again for ball 3. Got to figure he's just going to be taken here. 3-0 on the way from Nelson. And that's over the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Kieran down at third base. Sartorius at first. Our coaches for those guys this summer. We got a 3-1 count now. And Goulet reaches out and strokes this one into right field. And there's the first base hit of the day as Goulet going to lead things off with a single on a 3-1 count. Pitch outside, and he sat on it perfectly. And again, you could be picky, but to reach outside, it looks like it paid off. A nice line drive just shooting right past the second baseman. And Goulet now starts off his day 1 for 1. We go to Tainan Shaheed. Went 3 for 4 in game number 2 yesterday. A handful of hits in both games, so let's see what he can do here. Goulet on first. Got to be careful with that pick move from the lefty. He now goes from the stretch. Nelson throws to the plate, hit right back up the middle, and a diving stop. They'll get the out. No, they will not. Looks like they don't get the connection at second base. As the second baseman drives, it was a well-batted ball from Shaheed right back up the middle. A beautiful stop from the Waseca second baseman, Uriah Posson. He just couldn't connect with his shortstop, Cody Olfers, on that one, and it goes for an error for what should have been a fielder's choice. Brendan Doherty, the batter now, takes strike 1 right down Broadway. Got an 0-1 count now for the third baseman out of Bradley. Had a great day defensively yesterday. 0 for 1, shows bunt, and it's a nice one towards the third base side. The throw, not in time, and it gets past the first baseman. And we now have 1 run scored. I believe Doherty would have beaten that throw. And it gets past Waseca at first, and those guys now lead 1-0. A bunt for a hit and a throwing error leads Goulet all the way to the plate. Shaheed at third, and Doherty now stands in on second. As the throw went past the light poles in left field, so that leads to a dead ball, and those base runners get to advance 1. Sells now the batter. He'll foul away the first pitch. Arthur Sells with a very tremendous day at the plate. He homered a week ago against Blue Earth. Almost homered again yesterday. Drilled one off the fence against 365, a team that came all the way down from Minneapolis yesterday. 0-1 count now for Nelson, still looking for out number 1. He's going to pop up. Sells. This one will stay in the infield, and it is caught for out number 1. So a missed opportunity there at an RBI as Sells pops out to second. Still runners on second and third, 1 down, and we now go to Will Sturrock. He, too, almost cleared the park yesterday in right field. Almost an opposite field home run. That's very impressive. But, again, we're not going to be seeing long balls, I would think, with a 20 to 30 mile per hour wind blowing straight in once again. But let's see if he can run through one here. First pitch from Nelson to Sturrock, and popped him up again. Second baseman going to make that in. In 2 pitches, we have 2 pop-outs to second base. Uncharacteristic right there for those guys. We have a lot of potential offensively, and now it comes down to Chris Witzke to try to bring home these 2 runners in scoring position with 2 away. I want to thank you once again for tuning in to today's broadcast. Hey, at some point this summer, stop on by Bancroft Memorial Park and take in a game here. This is a very historic ballpark at the almost northernmost point of Iowa. With 2 down, we go to Chris Witzke. First pitch in the dirt, and a tremendous block there from the Braves catcher, Rob Meidel. Nelson's pitch goes in the dirt, but he's going to hold those runners there at second and third. Those guys still leading 1-0. Goulet came in to score. The 1-0 pitch to Witzke. He will take it once again. Ball 2. Another nice block from Meidel, the catcher. Not allowing those pitches to get past him. We go to 2-0 in the count, 2 down. 2 ducks on the pond for Witzke. He also had another nice solid day at the plate, getting on base multiple times in both games, a handful of hits as well. 2-0 hitters count. Really got to be picky here. Don't go chasing. And that one, they're going to give him there a couple inches off the plate. As Witzke takes strike 1, but hey, not a pitch to swing at there, especially if you're up 2-0. Nelson from the belt, kicks and fires. Witzke holds off on a pitch on the outer half of the plate. A little indecisive there, but better to hold off. And now you just got to expand, try to hit something through a hole. 2-2. Witzke swings and misses through this one for out number 3. So those guys score 1 run on 2 base hits, accompanied with 2 Waseca errors. And they leave 2 runners stranded in scoring position. So they still lead Waseca 1-0 with a 4-5-6 chunk of the order coming up for the Braves. Welcome back to Bancroft as we are just about set for the start of the top of the second here. Waseca Braves coming up to bat, currently trailing those guys 1-0. Able to get a couple of hits from Brad Goulet on a line drive into right. And a bunt for a hit for Doherty that allowed Goulet to score on a throwing error as the first pitch from Hendricks missing low for ball 1. One adjustment those guys could try to make moving forward, try to find ways to get those runners in. When they leave them in scoring position, that was detrimental in their 1 loss thus far to Fairmont. Second pitch of the at-bat to the cleanup hitter, Rob Meidel, leading things off. Takes it for strike 1, 1-1 count. He did a great job blocking some dirt balls in the bottom of the first. Let's see what he does here at the plate. 1-1 on the way, just a bit outside and maybe a little high at the letters that is, for ball 2. Still 80-degree weather here, heavy winds and sunny skies. So can't ask for much better there except for the wind if it could be blowing out the other way. I believe we'll start to get some northern winds next week and might see some more balls leave the yard. It's a 3-1 count now for Meidel. Henricks with the delivery, and it's swung on and fouled straight back. We get back to another full count here for Nick Henricks. He's doing a good job on the mound, but getting a little deep in the counts. But these pitchers doing a good job salvaging their arms, getting their worth in. Usually only seeing somewhere between 2 to 4 innings a game per pitcher for those guys. And this one missing just a little inside. And it's going to pay off for a free 90 for Rob Meidel. He reaches first base on balls. Following the walk, we go to Hunter Frericks, the center fielder, number 11 for Waseca. I think we'll get a courtesy runner here for the Braves. Coming in will be Xander Fitzsimmons, a 5'9", 150 shortstop out of Waseca. Courtesy runner in for the catcher. Go now to Frericks, the center fielder. First pitch on the way and misses high for ball 1. So Frericks trying to settle back down here. Had a great first inning. Had a couple of full counts, but still countered back with some strikeouts. A quick pickoff attempt to first, not in time. Tronson able to knock it down in the dirt as Fitzsimmons goes back in safely. Those guys still clinging to a 1-0 lead here. Henricks still throwing from the stretch. Runner on first, and this one, I believe just getting a piece of it on hardly a check swing. It's fouled back to the backstop, and we got a 1-1 count now. Still no outs. This pitch swung on and missed for strike 2. Henricks trying to settle back in here. Works ahead of the batter, Hunter Frericks. 1 ball to 2 strikes. Ground ball could spell trouble here for the Braves. Henricks with the pitch and a late swing and a miss. For strike 3, just an indecisive swing ultimately. And that's going to be out number 1 for Waseca. Kyle Woff, the batter now, right fielder, number 23. So Henricks with a great redemption at bat there, able to get Frericks indecisively swing on that late pitch with 2 strikes. Fortunately, he goes down swinging, looking for redemption at his next at bat. Another pickoff attempt to first, not in time. He'll hold Fitzsimmons at first for now. Coach possibly giving some signals from third. 1 down, here's the first pitch, and Henricks now doing a great job getting the Waseca hitters to chase a little bit. That pitch up in the attic. Woff goes fishing, comes down empty-handed. We got an 0-1 count now. 1 down. Fitzsimmons still leading off at first. Nothing there, and a fastball painting the corner for strike 2. So Henricks quickly turning the tables here, getting ahead of the batters. 0-2 in the count now. Henricks comes set, kicks and fires, and this one will miss high for ball 1. Woff lays off this time. 1-2 count here. Henricks from the stretch and above the letters. Woff holding back again. 2-2 in the count now. Another pickoff attempt to Fitzsimmons, not in time. Still hasn't shown any signs of stealing, but it looks like he could be quick. And here's the 2-2, and ripped into left field. There's a base hit for Waseca, knocked down by Sells. They're going to hold him up at second, and there's the first base hit of the game. And it looks like they throw back to second, and Fitzsimmons thrown out at the bag. Got caught up there. Good relay from the shortstop. Sam Olsen getting that quick throw in from Sells, and they get him napping at second base, and there is out number 2. Still a nice batted ball with 2 strikes for Kyle Woff, getting the first hit of the game for Waseca. Still trailing 1-0 to those guys. They go down to 2 outs now. First pitch to the batter. Alex Feeney swung on and missed for strike 1. 0-1 delivery from Hendricks. Another curveball in there for strike 2. Good breaking ball there. He just caught up and broke right over the plate. Good pitch from Hendricks, and he's quickly ahead now, 0-2. Third pitch of the at-bat, just chopped straight back foul. Count will remain 0-2. Fourth pitch coming up. Hendricks still looking for his third out of the inning here. Fourth pitch on the way. Fastball in the dirt, blocked by Lang. A throw to second, not in time. Good throw there from Lang, though, but also a good dirt ball read from Woff as he's able to take second base. A bang play. We now go to 1-2 as Woff stands across the diamond from Feeney. Let's see if he can drive him in with 1-2 pitch coming up, and swung on and missed for strike 3 and out number 3 as Hendricks does a good job getting out of that jam. And gets his 4th strikeout of the game to end the top of the second. No runs on 1 hit and 1 walk. 1 runner left stranded for Waseca in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of 2. Leading things off 7-8-9 with Tronson, Lang, and Olsen. Due up for those guys as they lead 1-0. I want to thank you once again for tuning into today's broadcast of amateur baseball here from Bancroft, Iowa. Don't forget to like our Facebook page. You can find us at Those Guys on Facebook and at ThoseGuys_IA on Twitter. There you'll find the links to our YouTube broadcasts as well as any updates on the players, scores, and results of our games. Any updates that go there. And don't forget, we still got more baseball next weekend. Fairmont and Lonsdale coming back to town on this Saturday, the 20th. And then on Sunday, we got another doubleheader against Blue Earth. So first baseman Carter Tronson set to lead things off. For those guys here in the bottom of the second, he'll take the first pitch low and away in the dirt. For ball 1, had some solid at-bats yesterday, a pair of base hits. He does up now with a 1-0 count. Swung on, hit in the air to right center, and this one's down for the third base hit of the game and the first for Carter Tronson as he leads things off on a 1-0 single into right center. Nice line drive there. Second straight inning, we lead things off with a single. We now got the catcher Connor Lang out of Briar Cliff. So he does with it here. Man on first, nobody out. Those guys looking to pile on to a 1-0 lead. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Lang, just a young catcher out of Briar Cliff, Missouri Valley, where he was an all-stater in high school and a part of the Iowa High School All-Star Series. Takes the second pitch of the at-bat over the inner part of the plate for strike 2. Looked like a nice breaking ball there from the pitcher Kelvin Nelson. Might have come away out of the first unscathed, if not for a couple of Waseca airs. And this one dropped third strike, but he'll be tagged out as Lang gets retired in 3 pitches. Goes down looking for out number 1. We now go to Sam Olsen, the 9-hitter and shortstop, but he has had some very well batted balls here so far for those guys. Let's see if he can catch another barrel, really get things going. We still got Tronson on at first, 1 down. First pitch of the at-bat, Olsen tries to show bunts. He lets it go outside. Tronson scampers back to first. Got a 1-0 count now. Trying to advance that runner, pull it fast, and already got 1 bunt for a hit from Brendan Doherty. 1-0 pitch to Olsen. Holds back on a pitch low and well inside for ball 2. 2-0 count now. Wind continues to howl here, blowing straight in. Third pitch of the at-bat, this one misses for ball 3, so Nelson trying to resettle in. Don't forget this is a 7-inning contest. We got another one following this one. Probably going to do a new YouTube video there. 3-0. Taking right down Broadway. He holds off on a 3-0 pitch for strike 1. Fastball down the pipe. 5th pitch of the at-bat coming on. Let's hope he has his timing down now. Can find a barrel or find ball 4. Find his way on base for Olsen. Here's the 3-1. Popped him up. This is going to be in shallow left field. Looks like the shortstop is going to come in and make the grab. So he goes chasing inside and gets a little jammed there. He'll pop out to the shortstop. So that's 3 pop-outs. And we had hitters ahead in the count so far here. Umpire going to head to the mound here. Brad Goulet is going to be the batter now as we got a new game ball out on the mound. 2 away, runner on first base. So the ball's a little too soft, and indeed it sounded that way off the bat. 2 away, and Goulet popped up. This one will drift out of play into the street. And there's strike 1. Johnson still stranded at first base with 2 away, an 0-1 count now to the batter, Brad Goulet. Second pitch of the at-bat. Goulet tries to sit back a little bit, still just hooks it. And another foul piece for strike 2. Third pitch of the at-bat coming up. Goulet trying to battle back 0-2. This one misses outside for ball 1. One, 2 count. Nelson, the pitcher, sets from the stretch. Breaking ball, and this one's going to be hitting the foul territory, and the wind will take it out of play. So Goulet wasting a pitch there, but luckily that wind might have pushed it far enough back. Fifth pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Brad Goulet. And Nelson going to step off the mound and get the pitch he wants. Goulet looking patient. Still 1-2 here. And the pitch. Goulet grounds this one towards short. Should be an easy play, and they flick it to second for a fielder's choice to retire those guys. Here in the second, we got no runs on one hit and one runner left stranded, excuse me. Top of the third coming up. Henrik still on the mound for those guys. And for Waseca, we got the 8-9 top of the order hitters due up here. Madsen, Passon, and Olfers come to bat for the Braves. Those guys still leading 1-0. Welcome back to Memorial Park here. We're at the top of the third inning in game number 1 of a doubleheader, both 7-inning contests. On tap for you today. Feels great to be back to live baseball. Henrik's going to come set from the stretch. First pitch of the at-bat swung on and missed by Cam Madsen, the first base. First baseman for Waseca here falls behind 0-1. Henrik's with a very solid showing so far. Giving him 1 walk and 1 hit, but also getting 4 strikeouts. Trying to get his 5th here as he gets 2 swing and misses by Cam Madsen. Working ahead 0-2. Henrik's from the stretch, and this one misses high for ball 1. Again, one of the top arms for Buena Vista University and Storm Lake. Also a top arm for the Storm Lake Whitecaps just a summer ago. 1-2, and sits him down. Breaking ball inside, and there's strikeout number 5 for Henrik's and out number 1 for those guys. With one away, we go to the 9-hitter Uriah Passon, the second baseman. See what he can do here, trying to get things going. 1 down. First pitch on the way to Passon. It'll miss in the other box for outside for ball 1. One 0 pitch. Henrik's kicks and fires out low and outside ball 2. Two 2-0. And taking a fastball at the knees for strike 1. Good spot there from Henrik's, trying to get back to even now. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Nobody on base, still a 1-0 lead for those guys, trying to hold on to it now. 2-1. Swung on and missed. He gets Passon chasing outside there. Strike 2. 2-2 in the count. Going back in the stretch. 5th pitch of the at-bat, swing and a miss. And there's strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Nick Henrik's, and he already looks in mid-season form here. That is strikeout number 6. Almost through 3 complete innings. With 2 away, nobody on base, we go back to the top of the order. Cody Olfers had a hard hit ball to third base where Doherty made a nice play on it. He knocked it down and delivered a strike to Tronson at first, so he steps in 0-1. The wind continues to pick up here, blowing straight in from center. So again, not going to be expecting any long balls today. Best success, and I don't recommend this often, might be line drives or even grounders. Second pitch of the at-bat, taken there for strike 1. Again, line drives are good, but not probably going to try to beat the outfielders today. 1-1. Swung on and missed, strike 2. And Henrik straight dealing now. Having himself a phenomenal inning. We got a 1-2 count. Nobody on base, 2 away. Shakes off a pitch and resets. 1-2 to Olfers and taken above the letters for ball 2. Two to Olfers, swung on, back up the middle, a dribbler towards Olsen, on the run, makes the play, and a 6-3 putout to retire Waseca here in the third. No runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts for Henriks, and a 1-2-3 inning. And we got the board coming off the hinges here. We'll be right back. Bottom of the third coming up. Welcome back here to Bancroft as we got 2, 3, 4 due up for those guys here in the bottom of the third. Henriks with a very impressive game thus far. Getting 6 strikeouts through 3 complete. Oh, 1 on the way to Shaheed, grounded to the left side. Another foul ball here. Got an 0-2 count for Tainan Shaheed. He's stepping in 0 for 1, reaching base by an error. It was a hard grounder to second. They couldn't capitalize on a fielder's choice, so Shaheed trying to battle back from 2 strikes. Nelson still a pitcher for Waseca. Nearly gets strike 3 called there. Just a little off the plate for ball 1. Not a bad spot there with 2 strikes. See how he answers back here. 1-2. Breaking ball there. Gets away from him early. Two to Shaheed here. Nelson from the windup. Nobody on, nobody out. And this one, he digs down deep. And it gets past the second baseman into right field for a base hit there for Tainan Shaheed. Third straight inning, we lead things off with a single for those guys. And a good piece of hitting. First pitch to Doherty, the batter, missing for ball 1. Had a bunt for a single last time up. Those guys so far, 1 run scored on 4 base hits. Shaheed having another leadoff single here. This one, 1-0. Strike called at the letters there on a fastball from Nelson. We get back to 1-1 in the count. One to Doherty. Strokes this one in the air to left field. Could be trouble. Dies up in the air. The left fielder can't get to it as the wind makes it go in a whirlwind there. Shaheed will be going into third, standing up. And it's back-to-back base hits for those guys. Doherty got one caught up in the wind. Left fielder couldn't capitalize on it. Well batted ball, but this wind, I tell you, is killer. So that will actually be a double for Brendan Doherty. Now go to the cleanup hitter. Arthur Sells popped out his last time up. See what he does here. Runners on second and third. First pitch. Breaking ball there. Cutting over the plate for strike one. A 0-1 count now to Sells. Second pitch. Another curveball there. Looks close to the same pitch thrown before and in the same spot, but missing for ball one. And we're 1-1 now. Third pitch to Arthur Sells. Fastball hit in the air to deep left field. This is past the fielder, and it's down. Shaheed and Doherty going to come in to score and set him up for Sells. He'll knock him in. There's a 2 RBI double to now make it 3-0 here in the bottom of the third. Still no outs. Good piece of hitting there for Arthur Sells. He has one just over the plate, 1-1, and he's able to turn on it. So Shaheed scores from third, Doherty from second, and 3 straight base hits to start off the third inning for those guys. One 0 pitch to Sturrock, misses outside for ball one. 2-0 count now. He steps in 0 for 1, looking for his first hit of the game. Also popping out into the second baseman back in the first. Does what here. 2-0 count. And the pitch. Missing inside, ball 3. And Sells will take third as it just pops out of the mitt of Meidel, the catcher, allowing Sells to steal. 3-0 count here. No outs. We'll see if Sturrock has the green light. Fourth pitch on the way. Infield comes in, and a fastball right down Broadway taken for strike one. So still well ahead in the count. 3 balls to 1 strike. Still a base hit, ball 4 approach now for Sturrock. See if he can bring home the 4th run of the game for those guys. 3-1. And low and outside. He'll walk to first. Coming up to bat now, Chris Witzke stepping in 0 for 1 with a strikeout, looking for a little redemption here. Still a 3-0 game for those guys following the RBI double from Sells, scoring 2. 6 base hits for those guys so far. 3 consecutive to start off this inning as Witzke takes strike 1. A 0-1 pitch grounded towards second. They're just going to get Witzke at first. And there's finally out number 1 for Waseca, but Sturrock will take second base. And Sells will come in to score, so an RBI for Witzke as he grounds out to second for out number 1. Those guys now leading Waseca 4-0. So that will do a job Slow roller to the right side. And Sells comes in. First pitch from Tronson popped up to the right side. And that allows an easy out, number 2. On one pitch, we got a pop out, and Tronson now goes to 1 for 2. He's singled back in the second. Couldn't do anything with it there. Connor Lang, the batter now. The 2 away. First pitch. Taken for ball 1, and Sturrock will take third base on a steal. Nice job there for Sturrock stealing third. Good hustle. So the 5th run of the game for those guys stands 90 feet away. A 1-0 count now for Connor Lang. Pitch, going to miss low and inside, ball 2. Lang stepping in 0 for 1 with a strikeout, looking back in the second. See if he turns it around here. 2-0 in the dirt, making it a 3-0 count now after ball 3. Nelson still working hard for out number 3. Trying to stop the damage from those guys, and here's the 3-0 pitch. Taken for strike 1. Three-one. Swung on, ground to the right side, and just getting there in time was Posson, and that's out number 3. As those guys leave one runner stranded on third. We have 3 runs on 3 base hits, 1 walk. And those guys extend their lead to 4-0 over Waseca heading into the top of the 4th. Back here for the top of the 4th inning from Bancroft Memorial Park. Those guys scoring 3 runs on 3 base hits in the bottom of the 3rd. They have 6 base hits and 4 runs on the game as first pitch to the pitcher Nelson, now the batter, missing for ball 1. Pitch missing for ball 2. It's 2-0 the count now to Nelson. 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. And so far, Nick Henricks still the pitcher. He is having himself one heck of a game. But he falls behind to Nelson. 3 balls, no strikes here. 2-3-4 leading things off for Waseca here in the 4th inning. They have 1 hit, 2 errors defensively. And that's the 2nd walk of the game given up by Henricks. Nelson gets a free 90. Courtesy runner for the pitcher here. Nelson heads back to the dugout, and we now have Zach Hohen coming out to first to do some base running. No outs, a man on first. Henricks still working out of the stretch. Now we got the hitter Sheldon Gant taking the first pitch, ball 1. 1-0. Taken above the letters, ball 2. So there's 6 straight balls to start off the inning for Henricks. He's going to try to settle down here, get back in the zone. He's already having one heck of a game through 3 complete, 6 strikeouts. Only 3 base hitters given up to start off the 4th here. Gets strike 1 past Gant taken. This one, curveball. Cuts back in the zone for strike 2, and we now got a 2-2 count here against Sheldon Gant. Quick pickoff attempt to first, just not in time. Hohen slides back. Pitch paints the corner, taken for strike 3 and strikeout number 7 from Nick Henricks. Gant now 0 for 2, 2 backwards Ks. Not quite the start he did vision for here. And we have 1 down now for Rob Meidel, the catcher. Walking back in the 2nd to lead off that inning. And he'll take strike 1. Another pickoff attempt to first, not in time. Owen safely slides back, and 7 strikeouts through 3 1/3. Henricks having himself a day thus far, still holding the Braves scoreless. And he's got a 4-0 lead at his back as that pitch fouled back into the net from Meidel. We got an 0-2 count, 1 down. Runner on first. Curveball just missing inside, ball 1. Not a bad spot at all. One, 2 now. Grounded right back up the middle. Henricks snags it. Throw to second in time. Out number 1 and 2 and 3. A double play to finish the Braves. Good play there from Henricks. Just a quick reaction to end the top of the 4th. And a 1-2-3 inning once again for Henricks. Good play there. 1-6-3. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Coming up for those guys, we got 9-1-2. Sam Olsen leading off on deck. We got Brad Goulet in the hole. Tainan Shaheed. Those guys still leading Waseca 4-0. Pitching now for Waseca, Hunter Frericks, number 11, former center fielder. I believe that will move Nelson over to first base. So a bit of a defensive adjustment now for Waseca. And here's Sam Olsen stepping in 0 for 1, popping out to shortstop last time up. Let's see if he can turn it around. Now facing a right-hander, shows bunt. Pulls back in time. Not to offer for ball 1. 1-0 count. Frericks, fastball, strike 1, swung on and missed from Olsen. Did a good job getting on base yesterday. Couple of hits. Let's see what he can do with it here. Takes ball 2. And the pitch taken above the letters. Ball 3. 3-1 count now for Olsen. Set to lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Past 3 innings have been led off with singles from Goulet, Tronson, and Shaheed. By this time it's ball 4, so Olsen will start off on base once again, leading off. So good at bat there, not to go chasing. There's his first trip on base today. We go back to the top of the order with Brad Goulet stepping in 1 for 2, a single, a run scored, and a fielder's choice. First pitch, tries to show bunt, and he fouls it back into the fence for strike 1. And the 0-1 to Goulet, shows bunts again, popped him up, and caught. Out number 1. As Goulet bunts himself out, trying to go bunt and run there with Olsen at first. Instead, that backfires, and there's out number 1. Those guys still trying to add to a 4-0 lead. Now got Tainan Shaheed stepping in 0 for 2. Actually, 1 for 2. He singled his last time up and scored. Stranded at third back in the first, reaching by an error. Already 2 times on base. He's doing a good job. Doing a good job getting on base so far this season for Tainan Shaheed. Let's see what he can do now. 1-0. Runner on first. 1 down. Second pitch. Runner takes off for second and try to go hit and run there. Instead, Shaheed fouls it straight back. Got a 1-1 count now. Shaheed fouls off another pitch here to make it 1-2. Fastball outside, just reaches out. One, 2. And missing for ball 2 there for Shaheed. Still 2-2 in the count. Fifth pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Missing a little high for ball 3, and we got a full count now for Shaheed, looking for his 3rd consecutive trip on base. Working the count full with 1 down here. Olsen on first. Those guys trying to add to a 4-0 lead over Waseca. The pitch. Swung on. Hit in the air to the right side. Could be trouble. Right fielder looks like he's in place. He is. It's caught for out number 2. Shaheed flies out for right for out 2, and we go now to Brendan Doherty stepping in 2 for 2. A single in the first, a double in the third. And was able to score last inning as well. So Doherty able to turn things in his favor for today. Let's see what he does here in his third at-bat, looking for 3 consecutive trips on base or 3 straight base hits. 2 down, and first pitch taken high for ball 1. Got a 1-0 count now. This one misses outside, ball 2. 2-0 count now. Doherty going to be looking for his pitch. Try to drive one here. Already some hard hit balls getting past the left fielder, and of course, I don't imagine how far they would have gone without this heavy wind. 2-0 to Doherty. Swung on and just getting a piece of it straight back for strike 1. Two one for Doherty. One of the top hitters out of Bradley University, a 4-year starter for them in the Missouri Valley Conference. This one missing outside for ball 3, so really just a great approach at the plate. Not going to get him chasing on many. 3-1 count now. Frericks, the new pitcher, gets his pitch, sets up in the stretch, fires the 3-1, and it's in the dirt and passed for ball 4. Olsen not going to attempt to steal third on that one. Runners on first and second now. 2 away, and we go to the cleanup hitter, Arthur Sells. You stacked him up for him last inning. He drove in 2 runs on a 2 RBI double. He also scored himself, so he's 1 for 2 on the day thus far. Three straight trips on base for Brendan Doherty. Good work there. See if Sells can make another big swing here. Hits this one in the air to right field down the line and drifts away foul for strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Frericks has his pitch, trying to get out of this jam. 2 away. Here's the 0-1 to Sells. Fastball in the dirt. No one's going to chase there. Runners will remain on first and second after the dirt ball read. Nice block there from Idle, catcher. 1-1. Sells grounds this one to the left side. Shortstop's there. Throw to first, and a wonderful play for out number 3. Great play from Cody Olfers, the shortstop. And those guys leave 2 runners stranded. No runs on no hits, 2 walks. We go to the top of the 5th, still 4-0. Those guys lead Waseca. Welcome back to Bancroft. We're set to start the top of the 5th here in game number 1 of this doubleheader between those guys and Waseca. Still a 4-0 game as we leave 2 runners stranded on base in the bottom of the 4th. Coming up for the Braves, we got Hunter Frericks. At the plate, takes ball 1, and Waff and Feeney set to come up to bat. Ball 2. 2-0 count now. Hendricks from the stretch. This one hit in the air and will drift foul. Hendricks, the pitcher now. Two one. Taken just off the plate for ball 3. 3-1 count now. Hendricks from the stretch and above the letters for ball 4. Hendricks so far still having a great day on the mound. That is his third walk given up, only one base hit thus far for those guys. And it looks like Hendricks' day may be done after that walk, but still trying to stretch it into 5 innings. Going to want to conserve some of your energy there, and it looks like we got a new pitcher coming in for those guys. Believe this to be Will Sturrock. We've seen his brother Michael do work yesterday, and now Will's going to come in here, a right-handed pitcher out of Nyack. Again, we know what he's capable of at the plate. I believe he'll still try to hit for himself here as the DH. But we'll see what he'll do here. Will Sturrock makes his first pitching appearance this summer for those guys. He'll be coming up shortly. Back here in Bancroft, and we're set to resume here. Will Sturrock, the pitcher, now working out of the stretch. One runner on first. Hendricks, his day comes to an end, but a very solid one at that. 7 strikeouts through 4 complete innings. And Sturrock blows a fastball by for strike 1 on the batter. Kyle Woff with the lone Waseca base hit so far back in the second. 0-1 count here. Will Sturrock, the new pitcher, from the stretch, and take an eye, ball 1. 1-1 count now. Sturrock, third pitch of the at-bat, fastball, paints the corner in the black for strike 2. Good spot there. Sturrock working ahead on the batter. Woff, 1 ball to 2 strikes. Stands in close to the plate, and the pitch, a curveball, just going to miss. Breaks a little too low there for ball 2, taken by Woff. Two balls, 2 strikes here, no outs, runner on first. Runner stays put, but this one in the dirt. Lang as it kick up too far to the left, and it'll be a free base for Frericks as he now stands in on second. First run of the game for Waseca now across the diamond from Woff. Those guys still leading 4-0. And we got a full count now for Kyle Woff. Payoff pitch from Sturrock. Swung on. Ripped into right field. Shaheed makes the grab. Quick throw to second and not in time. So they won't get another miraculous out at second base this time. No double play. But another well-hit ball there from the big hitter Kyle Woff. Shaheed with a nice range to track it down. Retire Woff with a line drive out to right field, and that is out number 1. First pitch to the batter, Alex Feeney taking a fastball low for strike 1. Nice spot there. Gets Feeney chasing high that time. Another fastball swung on and missed for strike 2. Feeney quickly falling behind 0-2. He went down swinging from Hendricks back in the second. Try not to let that happen again. One away, runner on second. Sturrock kicks and fires. This one in the dirt. Lang making a nice block there. Not letting it pass. That's ball 1. Still waiting the fourth pitch of the at-bat. 1-2. Swung on and missed, and he'll be retired in 4 pitches. Feeney goes down swinging. First strikeout for Will Sturrock as there's out number 2. Now the batter, Cam Madsen. First pitch, take it inside for strike 1. Oh, 1. Sturrock resets from the stretch. The pitch, swung on and missed. There's strike 2. Sturrock now getting in a groove here late in the 5th inning. An 0-2 count, 2 outs here for the right-hander out of Nyack. Again, the St. Michael is Will Sturrock. Twin brother also getting his work in this weekend on the mound. And the pitch, just low for ball 1. Popped up to the right side, and it drifts foul into the parking lot. One, 2 from Sturrock, and the pitch, curveball, chopped towards first base. Tronson makes the grab, and he'll step on the bag for out number 3 to put away the Braves here in the top of the 5th. You got no runs on no hits, 1 walk, 1 runner left stranded. As we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 2 more half innings for those guys to add to a 4-0 lead over Waseca. Will Sturrock, the fifth batter, and now the pitcher, set to lead things off for those guys here in the bottom of the fifth. Takes ball one. Sturrock already reaching once on a walk. 1-0 count. This one ripped toward shortstop, and wonderful scoop for Olfers and a throw to first in time for out number one. Sturrock, a well-batted ball towards shortstop there. And Olfers makes a nice play on it. Those guys still leading 4-0. They have 6 base hits and a couple of runs thanks to 2 Waseca errors. They're still held scoreless here with 1 away. First pitch to the batter, Chris Witzke, going to miss outside, ball 1. Nobody on, 1 down. Witzke, a dual player out of Harding University, one of their top pitchers at a 5-2 record and 1 save. 36 Ks in nearly as many innings. And he's also been providing on the mound for us as well as an outfielder. Batting 6th in the order today, 0 for 2, but he still had success this weekend. And he's working well ahead in the count here, 3-0. Wind just continuing to howl, and it's relentless from center field. 3-0 to Witzke, and low and away, ball 4. Witzke gets a free 90. Coming up to bat now, Carter Tronson. 1 for 2 with a single back in the second, looking for another base hit here. Had a solid day at the plate yesterday against Montrose Waverly. 1 down. Here's the first pitch to Tronson. That's over the inside part of the plate for strike 1. First baseman for us. He'll be going to Davenport University for the rest of his collegiate career after completing sophomore campaign at DMAC. And this time swung on and missed for strike 2. Hunter takes off, a swing and a miss for strike 3. And sliding in there safely, Sturrock takes second base. On the pitch as Tronson swings and misses for out number 2. When we go to Connor Lang, the catcher out of Briar Cliff. He steps in 0 for 2, a strikeout back in the second, ground out in the third. He's looking for his first base hit, and 5th run of the game for those guys. Standing on second now. Let's see if he can deliver. 2 outs, first pitch, and hit the air to the left side. Infield pop-up and caught by the third baseman for out number 3. Side is retired for those guys that leave 1 runner stranded. No runs on 1 walk. Top of the 6th coming up. Those guys still leading Waseca 4-0. First pitch taken for strike one. Uriah Posson, the batter for Waseca here in the top of the sixth. Those guys still leading 4-0. Will Sturrock still the pitcher. Had himself a solid outing, retiring 3 hitters, leaving 1 stranded. Having 1 strikeout. And Nick Henricks trying to hold on to the victory here. Sturrock possibly could be getting the save. And a big swing and a miss there from Posson for strike 2. Oh, 2, and a breaking ball going to miss low and inside there for ball 1. Oh, make that a 2-2 count. No outs, nobody on base, and Posson just gets a piece of this one to the first base side. Foul. Sorry about that, folks. These boards here at Memorial Park and the Crow's Nest are really about to give out on me due to this wind. Posson goes down looking, and Olfers flew out to left. 4 outs, 1 and 2 now. We got nobody on base, 2 away. I believe it's now a 2-0 count for the batter Kelvin Nelson. Again, Posson went down looking for strike 3. Second strikeout for Sturrock. And this one popped up towards second base and caught by Olsen for out number 3. Will Sturrock with a 1-2-3 inning here to put away hitters 9 through 2. We've played 5.5 here from Memorial Park. Those guys one last opportunity to add to a 4-0 lead over Waseca. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Those guys coming to hit. Sam Olsen, the batter, leading things off here in the bottom of the sixth. Those guys leading Waseca 4-0. Those guys are looking for their sixth victory on the summer, trying to get to 5 straight as Sam Olsen, the batter, takes ball 1. Start off his third at-bat of the day, 0 for 1, reaching last time by a walk. So he's got here. Frericks still the pitcher. Olsen skies this one in the parking lot, foul. Just getting a piece of it. Don't forget to stick around. We got another 7-inning contest on the way. We'll start a new YouTube video, so feel free to subscribe to this channel to be notified, or, of course, just follow us on Facebook or Twitter, and you'll find the link to game number 2 today here. 2-0 the count, as actually make that 1-1. Olsen with a foul ball. He takes ball 1 last pitch. Frericks quickly back in the windup. He fires. Olsen, another foul ball. And it's a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody on base. Nobody out. Olsen stays alive here, wastes a pitch with 2 strikes. Top of the order on deck with Brad Goulet. He'll be 1 for 3, as well as Tainan Shaheed in the hole. Trying to get some extra insurance here for those guys late in this contest. The pitch, and in the dirt, taken for ball 3 from Sam Olsen. Hunter Frericks still the pitcher. We got the starter, Kelvin Nelson, over at first. Couple changes defensively for Waseca. And a full count here for Olsen, the batter. From the winds up, Frericks fires and missing high, taken for ball 4. Second straight walk for Sam Olsen. That's the 5th time today those guys start off the inning with a runner on base. Good stuff there. Really starting to turn it up offensively. Just had to get back used to the swing of in-game speed. Olsen stands on first. Goulet steps in 1 for 3, the leadoff man and second baseman. Taking a curveball inside for strike 1. Goulet awaits the second pitch. Frericks from the stretch. Goulet lays off on 1 up above the zone for ball 1. 1-1 count. No outs. Olsen on first base after the walk. This one fouled straight back for strike 2. Goulet led this game off with a single into right field and scored the first run of the game. Really opened things up for those guys. Allowed Hendricks to have a nice lead at his back. 1-2 count for Goulet, the second baseman out of Akron University, the Division I. 1-2. Taken low, ball 2. Goulet back in the box. Count even at 2. Pitch low for ball 3. We work another count full here. Olsen inches off first, takes off for second. Goulet hits this one in the air to the right side. It's foul and out of play. So count remains full here. Payoff pitch gets fouled away, and we got action in the bullpen for those guys. Might see another right-hander trying to finish this one off. Payoff pitch from the stretch, missing high, ball 4, and that's back-to-back walks for those guys to start off the 6th inning. Still no outs. Olsen at second, Goulet at first. And we got Tainan Shaheed stepping up to the plate, also 1 for 3 today. singling and scoring back in the third. First pitch to Shaheed. He tries to show bunt, pulls back, and there's strike one called. Ball that breaks in the zone late. Shaheed trying to drag it, trying to move those runners, get on base, and extend the lead. Second pitch of the at-bat, missing low and outside, ball one. And we got a right-hander warming up for those guys. Could potentially be Brett Price or Lucas Gardner. We'll find out momentarily. And an outside pitch taken for ball two for Tainan Shaheed. Fourth pitch of the at-bat, missing for ball three. Three-one count now, no outs. Pitch swung on, skied towards right field. Going foul and out of play. Count goes to full now, Shaheed. Still alive in this one, 3-2 now. Another full count for Frericks. Past two at-bats going full and ending in walks for Olsen and Goulet. Could be trouble here for the right-hander for Waseca. We do have action in the bullpen as well. Number 10, we'll get a name on that should there be a pitching change. 3-2. Missing high for ball four. 3 consecutive walks for those guys to start off the bottom of the sixth. Olsen goes to third, Goulet to second, Shaheed to first. There's his third time on base this one. A mound visit here for Waseca. Should we get a pitching change, it'll be Lucas Cruz, 5'10" right-hander out of Waseca, Minnesota, wearing number 10. Bases are loaded now, 3 consecutive walks for those guys. They set him up for Brendan Doherty, who has been nothing but successful today at the plate. A bunt for a single, a double, scoring 1 run and reaching on a walk. So good work at the dish today so far for Doherty. And it looks like we're going to see a pitching change here. New right arm pitcher for Waseca, Lucas Cruz, set to warm up here on the mound. And we'll be back shortly. Bases loaded, no outs here in the bottom of the sixth. Welcome back to Bancroft. Lucas Cruz, the new right-handed pitcher, number 10 on the mound now for Waseca. Bases loaded up for him. And Doherty takes first pitch, strike one. Not liking that. He's looking for a pitch to drive here, still with less than 2 strikes. 0-1. No outs, bases juiced. A big opportunity for an RBI. Second pitch from Cruz, going to miss outside for ball 1. 1-1. Doherty sits back on this one and fouls it away. One-two count now for Doherty. And this one misses low for ball 2. Not going to go chasing there with 2 strikes. You're not going to get Doherty chasing much, really. He's had very solid plate discipline thus far. Count works full against Doherty here. Base hit, ball 4 approach for the Bradley third baseman. Cruz resets from the stretch and sits on this one. Grounded sharply down the first base line. Just hooked foul. Could have been trouble. Potentially scoring a couple runs on that one, but we're still a full count after a foul ball, just by a few inches. Base is still loaded. Waseca still looking for their first out here in the bottom of the 6th. Doherty turns on another one. And pitch well inside. And he just doesn't want to get that held up against him, so he just easily wastes it and flicks it foul. Still 3-2 here for Doherty. Cruz from the belt. And misses high for ball 4. And that will bring home another run for those guys. Making it 5-0 here. As Olsen comes in to score, we still got the bases juiced. Or one of our strongest hitters, Arthur Sells. He takes strike 1. 4 consecutive walks to bring home a run here in the bottom of the 6th. Those guys lead by 5. And that one misses high for ball 1. 1-1 count here. Still nobody away for Sells. Already 1 for 3 on the day. 2 RBIs, doubling back in the 3rd. Cruz wastes little time from the stretch. Missing inside for ball 2. Two 1 to Sells. A big swing and a miss. Going for it all there and coming away empty-handed. 2-2 to Sells, missing high and away ball 3. And we got a full count here. Cruz still trying to get that first out of the inning here for Waseca. 3-2 and missing for ball 4, making that 5 straight walks for those guys here in the bottom of the 6th, as Goulet will come in to score. Olsen scored on those previous at-bats. Sells takes first, and we now go to the pitcher/designated hitter, Will Sturrock. Sturrock will take first pitch, strike 1. Oh, 1 count here. Swung on, hit in the air to deep center field. It's going to be caught up in the air, allowing the center fielder to make a play, and he doesn't. On the run, can't make the grab. And it's going to be an RBI single for Will Sturrock. Bases loaded. That one could have been trouble. But that will bring home Shaheed looking to tag. All runners looking to tag here, trying to come in on the ball, and the wind has just been killer for both the batters as well as the outfielders for today. Witzke pops this one up, and the second baseman, Posson, going to corral that one for out number 1. Not sure if it's going to be an infield fly. No official call on that one. And there's finally out number 1 of the first pitch. Witzke pops out to second base. I'll go to Carter Tronson, stepping in 1 for 3, looking for a little redemption after striking out his last time up. Singled back in the second. First pitch. Missing up for ball 1 as single to right field. He's had some great at-bats for us thus far. 1-0. Tronson misses. Lets that one go by, missing inside for ball 1 from the pitcher, Lucas Cruz. Finally getting out 1 on that last pitch, on that last at-bat from Witzke. This one missing outside, ball 3. And overall, a tough inning thus far for Waseca. Cruz trying to get him out of it, but he's got Tronson 3-0 in the count now. He can really be picky. Sits back and lets it go right down the pipe for strike 1 for Carter Tronson. Still a base hit, ball 4 approach for him here. But now he could swing away should he want to. 3-1. Cruz from the stretch and fouled straight back. That'll be strike 2, another full count here for those guys this inning. We're getting really deep in these at-bats. And we prevailed on 6 consecutive. 3-2 to Tronson, and missing high and away, ball 4. Another run will come in to score for those guys. Making it now 7-0. Actually making that 8-0. 4th run this inning alone. Lang fouls this one straight back. A 1 count and the pitch. Lang takes it upstairs for ball 1. 1-1 count. This one going to miss upstairs as well for ball 2. 2-1 count. 1 down. Base is still loaded, and the runs keep piling up for those guys. We now got 4. This inning alone, it's 8-0 for those guys over Waseca. This one hit in the air and out of play, foul for strike 2. Lang hits this one to center. There's a base hit. And an RBI single for Connor Lang. A line drive shot right back up the middle into center. Good piece of hitting there for the young catcher out of Briar Cliff. Brings home another run for those guys, making it 9-0. Coming in to score was Arthur Sells for the 2nd time this game alone. Now officially bat through the order this inning as Sam Olsen steps in for the 4th time today. 2nd time this inning alone. Started us off with a walk and went on to score. Still only 1 out. This pitch misses high for ball 1. Taken low, ball 2. So Olsen, eagle eyes up there so far today. Gets ahead in the count 2-0, already has 2 walks. This one hit in the air to straightaway right field, and the right fielder can't quite get to it. We're going to have a run score and another. A 2 RBI double for Sam Olsen. Good piece of hitting there, and the runs just continue to pile on now. We'll go back to the top of the order with Brad Goulet, and actually making that's the 10-run rule. They're just going to call it there after 6. So those guys are going to get the 10-run rule, winning 11-0. After 6 complete here, we're in the bottom of the 6th. This final score going to be 11-0. Those guys pick up their 5th straight win, getting to 6-1. Great day at the plate and another great game of pitching for the staff under Coach Kieran and Sartorius. We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to have a new video posted for game number 2 of today's doubleheader. But don't you go anywhere. Just stick around and follow us on Facebook and Twitter, or subscribe to this YouTube channel. And we'll get the new video posted up after a short intermission here from Bancroft Memorial Park. Those guys get their 5th straight win, this time over Waseca, 11-0 after 1.